I have a book haul to share with you today. I have some books that I've been sent, some books that I bought, and my final Book of the Month Club book. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina, and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews like the one that I posted on Sunday, linked up above, here at the weekend. In the description box below, you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I have already posted reviews of quite a few of these books. I was waiting on another book coming through, and that's why this book haul is a little late, aka I didn't post a March or an April book haul, so we're calling this a spring book haul. But that book never came through, so we're just going with what we've got. Let's start off with the books that I have been sent. Firstly, I was sent a proof copy of No Hiding in Boise by Kim Hooper, which comes out in the US on the 15th of June. I have already read this one, and if you would like to see my thoughts as I was reading it, you can go to my About a Books Readathon reading vlog, or I will leave my written review of this one in the description box because I have already reviewed it. This one is adult fiction, but does feature care warnings for mass shootings and sort of gun crime in general. However, I think it deals with that topic in an amazing way. It is one of the most character-driven books I've read in a long time, so if character-driven fiction is your thing, this one is definitely for you. I loved it. Highly recommend if you can get past those care warnings. Then we have a book that you'll have seen in I think a TBR and a wrap-up. And this is Kid Innovators, which was very kindly sent to me by Quirk Books. And this is True Tales of Childhood from Inventors and Trailblazers, stories by Robin Stevenson and illustrations by Alison Steinfeld. And you can see some of the people featured there on the cover. And what's nice about this one is that everybody gets like maybe 2 or 3 pages, maybe even more than that actually. So where Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls have just 1 page dedicated to each person with a gorgeous illustration, these ones actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. 9 pages she has. Not all of them are quite that long, but I do love the illustrations and I do love the way it's set out. And this one you don't have to read in chronological order. This one I will I would definitely like to have in my classroom. I think it would be a good one for kids to kind of pick up and dip into, although I enjoyed it as well because there were a few people in here that I had not come across before, and so it was very interesting and entertaining. And I do have a full review of this one on my blog as well. And then, very excitingly, another one that I have a video talking about. So I was lucky enough to receive a proof copy of Broken in the Best Possible Way by Jenny Lawson, which is one of my favourite non-fiction books of the year so far. It's one of my sort of favourite books of the year. And along with this beautiful proof copy, this one came out on, I want to say the 29th of April, but it might have been the week before that. April, anyway. I listened to the audiobook, but I do also have this beautiful proof copy, which includes the Awkwarding Brings Us Together chapter, which is all about the different tweets. So she said, not long ago, I sent a small tweet out into the universe. Airport cashier, have a safe flight. Me, you too. I can never come here again. We've all done that, right? But it was a tiny glimpse into the awkwardness of being me, but it set off a tsunami of responses that I still haven't entirely recovered from. Shockingly, it was not from people telling me how stupid I am, but from people sharing how stupid they are. And then I really have to find this this one about someone who was walking along the street, because it is oh, here we go. This is a different one, but at a funeral, me, sorry to hear your father was sick. Friend, thanks. Me, was it serious? Friend, yes, you're at his funeral. there's just, yeah, there's this one particular one that just had me crying with laughter. Anyway, there's the proof copy, and she talks in this one about how cross-stitching is something that she does to kind of get out of her head and release some anxiety and relax a little bit. And so they did send me a cross-stitch to complete as well. So this is the completed version, and I will link the video up above where you can see how I went through, and it's actually a full review as well, so I will leave that linked up above for you. But here you have a preview of the finished version, and I really enjoyed doing this. I think I listened to like 3 different audiobooks as I was doing it, because obviously finished audiobooks and started other ones, not completely while I was doing this, that's not how long it took me. But then not only did they send me the proof copy and the cross stitch, they then sent me a finished copy, which is so beautiful, and I do show it off fully in that video. However, I love the fact that we've got the illustration of the cover inside the cover, and then that is the that was her Instagram, Twitter photo avatar, that's the word, for a little while, and then it's got the gold writing on the inside. But yeah, I am very lucky to have both a proof copy, a cross stitch, and a finished copy. So thank you so much to the publishers for sending all of this my way. Got a little broken collection here. I love it. And I am going to be featuring this one in an upcoming UK versus US book cover, because they are very different. And then on to a couple of things that I bought. Firstly, I finally severed my ties with Book of the Month, because I was really fed up of things coming and then being bashed or being really late. You know, it's called Book of the Month, but you wouldn't get it until the end of the month, even if you put in your choices on the 30th of the previous month. And it was just annoying me, because I was seeing other people get books fairly quickly. I don't know if it's something about no, it isn't even the postal service here in Denver, because I would see other friends who also live in Denver getting their books on time. But anyway, this will also be featured in an upcoming UK versus US book cover video, because this one also has a different title in the UK. However, I am somewhat partial to the US title. However, I think I do prefer the UK cover. But this is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is the gorgeous orange and green cover for it, and the naked book looks like this. It was an April pick. This is how late I am with this book haul. I have already read it. I actually got an audio review copy of the UK version from NetGalley, so I ended up listening to it. It was fine, it was okay. It was some US romance, which you know doesn't always get me, and so yeah, I have already read it. Adult romance. I don't really have anything more to say about it, apart from the fact that I have already reviewed it on my blog. But here is my final Book of the Month club pick. And then, you may or may not know, but I took a little trip to tick off one of the final states I have not ticked off yet out of the 50. I had not visited Oregon, and so I took a little trip there. And of course, my main raison d'etre when it comes to Oregon is Powell's Books. I mean, it's also Voodoo Donuts, but books and donuts go together, and they're walking distance between the original Voodoo Donuts and Powell's Books, but it's Powell's City of Books. And firstly, a non-bookish thing, but Ollie picked up this map of the store, and on the other side of the map of the store, if you've already been, you'll probably know about this, but I was like, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, everything's sticking together. How gorgeous is that? It's got a Portland Bridge on there. It's got the cherry blossoms that we kept seeing. And most importantly, there's me reading on a bench. How cool is that? So yeah, this will definitely be taking pride of place in a bookish area very, very soon because it's fabulous. And you do need a whole map, even though the section that he wanted to look in where all the books that he would have wanted to buy was closed. Still managed to find some books though, however. Was trying not to pick up too many big books. So although I did visit some friends of mine, it was nice seeing authors I know represented there. There was even the UK version of Lisa Jewell's Then She Was Gone, which I'm quoted on the inside cover of. So I was like, that's amazing that I found that there. So I bought 2 very small, very little books. So I picked up this book of poetry, which I have not read yet, and I really want to read. God, I Feel Modern Tonight, Poems from a Gal About Town. And this one was like on a display thing on sale, and I was like, it's a tiny book and it's poetry, and I like the sound of it, I like the cover, and then I just had a quick sort of flick through. Poem I wrote after a stranger on YouTube said he wouldn't fuck me with someone else's cock, and I was like, yep, this sounds very like me, and it was on sale, so I picked this one up. And then I had no idea about this. However, I found Walking with Ramona, Exploring Beverly Cleary's Portland. I had no idea that Beverly Cleary was from Portland. I grew up on the Ramona books, listening to those audiobooks on tape that I borrowed from the library that were in my little brown Fisher-Price cassette player. I would borrow, then borrow the next one, then borrow the next one, then borrow the next one, then go all the way back to the beginning again. And the first time I saw Grease, I was like, that's the voice of Ramona right there. That is the person that was in my bedroom every night reading me stories. Like, Ramona is such a big part of my formative reading, and I had no idea Beverly Cleary was from there. So I did go and visit some of these sites, because it's basically just that you can go through, and then there's an actual like little walking tour that you can take. So we ended up going to the Beverly Cleary sculpture garden and just went to that general area and saw her neighborhood and saw that whole area, which was very, very fun. And I don't think that we would have gone there had it not been for kind of parts of this book, and yeah, just had to have it. So I love that I have this now, and I have already kind of read it and actioned it. But yeah, what better book to pick up in a Portland bookstore, not just any Portland bookstore, Powell's, a book about Beverly Cleary and Ramona, and then to go and like see the areas mentioned in the book. So cool. So there you have it, a very succinct but very exciting book haul. And aside from the poetry book, which is the shortest thing I just showed you, I have actually read everything. So that has to be a record. So, you know, tell me in the comments how we're going to celebrate the fact that I have actually read everything aside from that one poetry book that I'm showing you now. By the time this has gone up, I feel like I will have read that poetry book, because it's just been sat there waiting for me to haul it. And now I can sit down and actually read it. There's still some time left as I'm filming this in May for some May reading. So look out for it in my May wrap up. Make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss that May wrap up, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post my next bookish video or my next movie review here at the weekend. I will be back with another video for you very soon, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.